Hi, it's Lorraine from pregnancyexercise.co.nz, and in this video for you today I'm going to show you how to contract your transverse abdominal muscle, also known as your TA, used to be known as your TVA, during and beyond pregnancy. Now, many women, especially post-pregnancy and more so after a C-section, can get extremely frustrated that they can't feel or contract the transverse abdominal muscles after and during the pregnancy. Don't worry about this, and don't stress yourself out about it neither. It's perfectly normal. You know, during your pregnancy, everything gets stretched. All those muscle fibers get stretched so far, so it's really hard for your brain to connect with those muscles once we're trying to post when baby's out. Okay, so please don't worry and don't let yourself get frustrated. There's many women out there. What we need to do is keep on doing it and keep on trying correctly every day. Okay, you've got to remember that, you know, if we do something once, okay, it's like walking through a cornfield just that once. You walk through it, it's not going to make any difference. Okay, those connections have got to be stronger and in depth. Okay, so the more we walk through the field, the more we connect, the deeper and stronger the pathways get, and that's exactly what's happening with your body. Okay, so I often say to my clients, especially the ones who see me at home, try for 3 weeks and I know you're going to be feeling such a big difference. Okay, so keep going with it. So let's have a look first and foremost how you activate and contract the important transverse abdominal muscles. Now, the transverse abdominal muscles wrap around the front, okay, of your core muscle system, and your core muscle system, which is important to know and understand, is made up of 4 muscles. Diaphragm, that sits at the top; transverse, which is what we're going to concentrate on today; pelvic floor at the bottom; and multifidus at the top. And that creates a balanced pressure system, and I want you to think about it like that because that's really important. So let's have a look at how to contract your transverse abdominal muscles. So lying down on a mat, and you must be nice and relaxed. So it's not great if baby's crying, okay, or there's other children running around. You need to be relaxed and you need to concentrate. So this is great to do when baby's asleep or when everyone's gone to bed, or get up a little bit earlier in the morning and let's do this exercise. Okay, let's put your hands deep into your pelvis, okay? So if you're pregnant, you're going to have to be around the side of your bump. Okay, now again, lying flat down, we only want to go up to around about 20 weeks pregnant. So make sure you're feeling quite deep around this area of your pelvis. Okay, so what I want you to do is, we're going to do it incorrectly first. I want you to pull in your abdominal muscles, okay, and your belly button, flattening your back as tight as you can down to the floor, and just see if you can feel any muscles contracting around this area. And hopefully you can. Hopefully you can feel deep fibers trying to contract, okay? So some of those fibers will be your transverse abdominal ones, okay? If you need to do that a couple of times, do so. So really strong contraction. All right. Now, back to relaxing. We're in spinal neutral, so we can just about get your hands underneath your back. And we need to keep that lumbar lordosis. We need to keep the shoulder muscles relaxed. Now, your transverse abdominals, the 2 points of our pelvis, which is here, those 2 bones. Okay, let's imagine a string, a piece of string going from side to side. And what we're going to try and do is bring those 2 sides together by just slowly contracting the belly button down. Okay, so we're thinking about bringing it together and just slowly moving your navel button down. Okay, and that subtle movement should contract your transverse abdominal muscles, and you'll feel a little bit of a contraction of muscles underneath your fingertips. Now, if we do it too much, other muscles are going to start to recruit, so it needs to be subtle. If you imagine, if you have an egg in your hand, if you squeeze it too tight, you break it. Okay, so it's just enough, it's subtle for support. So what I want you to do now is, once you can feel that and you can feel something happening, okay, maintain this good position. Nice deep breath in. And you're going to learn to contract your transverse abdominal muscles as you exhale. And then you're going to let them go as you breathe in. As you exhale, just feel that you can use them and feel that they're contracting. And again, as I mentioned at the start of the video, please don't worry if you can't feel them. The more you do this and the more you practice, those contractions are going to come back, I promise you. Okay, once we start to advance, if you can feel your transverse abdominal muscles switching on, okay, we're going to bring in the pelvic floor muscles with it, okay? So for optimal contraction, for your core muscles, we lift up the pelvic floor muscles and contract the transverse abdominal muscles as we exhale. But again, in this video, we're predominantly talking about transverse abdominal activation. But we do need to, as we're moving through daily activities, we contract both the muscles together as we exhale. So as I'm talking to you, every time I exhale, I'm thinking about lifting up the pelvic floor muscles to contract those and contracting my transverse abdominal muscles at the same time. And as you can see, nothing else, no other muscles are trying to switch on. I'm not using my upper abdominals. I'm certainly not flattening my back or pelvic tilt to help me contract those muscles, and I'm not using my shoulders. So everything needs to stay relaxed as we contract. Okay, and if we can start to think about it as a triangle, so pelvic floor, so lift up and into the transverse abdominal muscles. Not tilting the back muscles not trying to recruit, shoulder muscles are not trying to recruit as I activate my transverse abdominal muscles. Okay, so I hope that helped. Any questions, please put them below in the video or on the blog, and next week we'll have a look at more optimal contraction for your core muscles. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please visit the website for our pre- and postnatal online exercise and wellness programs. That's pregnancyexercise.co.nz.